Good evening, Gills fans, and welcome back to another match day live. Myself and Boz are en route to the Mems Priestfield Stadium to meet up with Stocky as we take on high-flying Scunthorpe United this evening. I'm going to let you have a little chat first, mate. Obviously, you've had another one, second of the week for Boz. It's quite placid normally, so it must be bad. Mr. Chairman's interview on Radio Kent immediately before me, a little self-plug there this morning. I got delayed because the chairman was on. I couldn't believe some of the stuff he was saying. I was in absolute shock.
I come off a night shift and I was ready to go to bed, and I listened to that and I was too angry to sleep. It's just joke after joke.
It's nonsense, isn't it?
Who does he think he's trying to convince?
Well, I'm not sure. We said earlier, didn't we? We was texting about it and said he either thinks we're that thick or he's that deluded.
I think it's a bit of both.
It might be, yeah. I think he's probably...
The whole investors and newstakers, this has been going on for as long as I've been going.
20 years, I've said this before.
I've been going for 16, 17 years now, and this has been going on for as long as I've been going. We got the brochure in
about the year 90, I think when Peter Taylor was there, so the first time, not the second time or the third time. So third debut for Peter Taylor tonight, but we don't employ our friends all the time. The squad is more than capable, that was one that got me. Biggest budget we've had.
Right, yeah, so, are you telling me Nugent come from Crewe, Bingham come from Crewe, Eves from Yeovil, Wilkinson wasn't available yet.
Didn't we pay a fee for Wilkinson? Apparently there was.
I believe it was around 20 grand.
It's not a lot, surely.
So I see on Twitter. But even that, if we're in as dire straits as we say we are, why are we not spending that on a proven player? No disrespect to Wilkinson.
What do you get for 20 grand?
The guys that have come in are they can't be on the DAC jet. Conchesky Highway, because if they are, that is awful business.
Not a chance.
Because no disrespect to them players, they're not the players we had last season.
What was Jet on last year? 5 grand or something ridiculous.
We're still paying him now.
We paid him up to the playoff final, didn't we? Which was horribly ironic. But where has all this money gone? That DAC, Josh Wright's contract's been torn up. That must have been
cases, obviously.
A couple of grand a week. Of course it is. Because the stadium thing, it's been going on for 2 decades now, and we're still. Until we start seeing bricks being put down and cement being mixed, then I don't believe it. I'm sorry, that's where I am with our chairman at the moment, and I've always been in the camp, and you know that, of I'll give Mr. Scally leeway, because if he hadn't bought us in 1995, we wouldn't have a football team to moan about.
This is the first time since I've finally gone, you know what, I'm sick of this now.
We've had enough. I've just tweeted this morning, because I listened to that interview, because I was waiting to go on afterwards, and I was so angry by the time I spoke to, I don't even know who I spoke to, because it was meant to be Mark Clement, but he apparently had gone missing. So I spoke to some lady on the sports show. I literally couldn't remember what I'd said, and I had to end up getting Radio Kent to tweet me the link so I could have a listen back myself. But the comment about the biggest budget ever, you turned round, Mr. Scally, at the question and answer session in the summer and said we had no cash, because you was explaining why we was supposedly running at a loss.
So
because
he's now
of the
trying to cover
case.
his own back by saying, well, actually, Pennock's failed, even though he had the biggest League One budget we've had. That's rubbish.
And he said that Adrian Pennock got every player that he wanted. And Adrian Pennock's a lot of things. He might not be the best football coach in the world, but for me, there is no way that Adrian Pennock, who clearly cared about this football club, there's no way he went to the chairman in the summer and went, can we buy a team of freebies?
No, sorry.
Or can we go and get a load of kids from non-league? Not a chance. He'd be trying to get the best player available for this football club. If he gets told no, then he goes to the next set. So it might be that was maybe plan C in terms of players that he wanted, but no way in a million years were they the first players that Adrian Pennock would have wanted to bring into the football club. The different story is whether he's coached them correctly or managed them correctly or puts them in the right team or position or setup, but no way for me were they were his number one choices. Maybe Zach Whitey might have been, who had come from League One, and maybe Lacey, who was winning Player of the Year awards in a similar way to like Mark Byrne last season. But don't go telling me that Liam Nash and Tom Eves and Connor Wilkinson and the such were first choice.
It might have been the right sort of players, like we needed a big man up top.
But we probably got, that's what we said, didn't we, in the summer? We said, in terms of what we needed, they were the right type of player.
Yeah, but as I said to you,
there was no stardust and there weren't enough quality.
Yeah, and as I said to you yesterday, is it just a lack of ability with some of them? They're okay players, but a lot
there's
of
a reason they're playing in non-league and League Two, and I think Liam Nash has got potential before big fans of him start digging him out. I'm not saying Liam Nash won't come good, but we cannot be relying on it. Well, we might have to tonight.
Yeah, I think we will do tonight,
And it'd be great if he scored us a winner. It'd be marvellous, because it'd finally give us something to cheer about. But
how about
just
this
fed up with nonsense that comes out of the chairman's mouth.
Rubbish.
Oh yeah.
Most clubs sack managers and have
a month
and
tops.
have someone lined up. They have an idea who they want.
He's already turned around and said it could be December, it could be till the end of the season.
Which is appalling, I'm sorry.
Well, it says to me, so if he wins tonight and he gets a result Saturday, he gets the job.
Well, flip side of that, say we lose the next, what we suggest about the next 5 are all difficult. Say we lose all 5 and Taylor goes, actually, it's not for me. Then what happens? My
own personal opinion is I don't think Taylor wants it. He's probably been burnt too many times now, which is a good thing for us, I think. But the whole interview just smacked of nonsense and lies, unfortunately, and just trying to mug off supporters again, and it's not honest, not fair.
I spoke to Darren Chandler this morning. We said, you usually hear the old, we've got 70 to 90 applicants, yeah? Right, so if Scally's coming out now and saying it's a tedious process, blah, blah, blah.
Tedious, that was another word, marvellous. Like, you cannot be bothered. Like, you couldn't be bothered in January, and you couldn't be bothered in May. And I don't buy this rubbish about, I needed to give Ady a chance with his own team. His win ratio was appalling, absolutely appalling. You've caused this, Paul Scally, no one else. Ady was never going to turn the job down, and I don't blame him for not turning it down.
Not at all.
It would have made a great fairy story, wouldn't it? Returning hero, won the playoffs as captain in 2000, comes back, leads the team up the table as a manager.
If you've got 70, 90 applicants, and this is going to take till December at least, that says to me he wants to interview all 90 candidates.
Not all of them. You ain't going to have heard of half of them.
Not at all. And he said on the interview, we've got names coming from abroad and people we haven't heard of. There's a reason you haven't heard of them people.
Because they're not good enough to
manage
We're
not in a position where we can go and bring in someone from, say, bloody Greece, maybe. We're not in a position to do that.
Exactly.
We need actions now.
There was someone that, talking of foreign, there was a name that got bandied about today. He's in charge of the Indian national team, and I can't think of his name.
Sake.
But and apparently he's very well respected as a coach. But again, there's being well respected as a coach, and then there's managing in major European leagues. It's a slightly different thing. I'm not saying he's a poor coach by any stretch of the imagination, but
we were into a guy from, was it a Cypriot league a few seasons back?
Well, then we had that fella beginning of the season apparently come over from some Turk.
Guy,
So that was all a bit out there and all, wasn't it?
But so if you've got a list of 70, 80, 90 names, whatever, yeah, surely you pick out the
you get that down to 10.
Yeah, and then you go right from them 10. 6. Exactly that, yeah. And if it takes a month to 6 weeks, that's what it takes. It should not be taken
for me. The only good thing he said on that interview this morning was he ruled out Noboa Solano. Because that is not what we need at the moment. That is not what we need at the moment. No, he might be a good coach, Noboa Solano, and he was brilliant in the Premier League. But we need someone that knows League One, knows the Championship, and knows League Two. That's got contacts in the lower leagues. That can get us some good. Can't get us good players in yet, but can get the most out of what is a very limited squad, and it is a limited squad. And Paul Scally, you can sit there and try and dress it up and sugarcoat it as, we're more than capable. And aside from Oxford and Rochdale, where we've rolled over, great. You don't earn points for playing well for 20 minutes or for 50 minutes or for 70 minutes. You earn points for digging in when you're not playing well, and you earn points for scoring more goals than the opposition over 90 minutes. And we've done that once this season, and that simply isn't good enough.
And the thing, like a lot of fans, ourselves included, keep saying the players are trying, but
we're not disputing that.
Are they actually giving all they can, and it's just not good enough?
But again, at the end of the season, they're not going to go, Gills tried harder, so we'll move them out of the relegation zone, are they? That's not how it works. Anyway, tonight's game. Team news.
I haven't seen a lot, to be honest. So we expect Nash and Parker, depending on Wilkinson.
I can't see Wilkinson being fit unless we're going to do that and then end up ruining him and he'll be injured for longer. Tom Eves has now got an additional ban off today because it was a booking and then a red card.
It was a fifth yellow plus
so it was 5, so it's an extra one, which is marvellous. Lee Martin's still out. Billy Bingham 50-50 again, another one who's just a sick note, unfortunately. Let's hope that it gets freshened up. Peter Taylor goes and does something a little bit different.
I think Oldacre's involved tonight. He's tweeted.
Nash has tweeted, so hopefully they might get it. If Bingham's not playing, I would start. I tweeted a team that I'd like to see. Let's get people in the right position. I'd go Holy in goal. I can't see Holy being dropped. No. O'Neill right back. For me, our best 2 centre-halves at the moment are Zach Wiley and Lacey. So they play.
Put Ogilvy back at left back. He's not
he's a left back. Stopping sports on that team. Inside the ground now, we've looked at the team. Quite defensive. It does say Peter Taylor. It's got Peter Taylor. If we win 1-0, we can't say a word. But so it's we look and think it's 3-1-4-2. So it's 3 centre backs, then a centre back holding, then 2 full backs at wing back, then 2 centre midfielders, and then a winger and a number 10 up front. see how it goes.
Big pressure on Elliot.
I guess the only thing with is that he's under no pressure because it can't be worse than it has been, really, can it? It can't be a lot worse than Saturday, just gone. So, score prediction?
I can't be positive, I'm sorry. 3-1 Scunthorpe.
I'm going to say 2-1 Scunthorpe. I think someone's just tweeted me and said if we can keep the ball, then we might be stronger for it, which is fine. But if we don't keep the ball, and if we don't keep the ball, it could be a long old night trying to get it back. And then if we concede the first one, there's nothing on there apart from Claire, really, that says we can open teams up. So then we might need all them strikers that are on the bench. So we're going to go. Boz has gone 3-1 and I've gone 2-1 Scunthorpe, but we hope we're both wrong. Last season was just more accurate. The one before that was
here's your team tonight. The goal for Junior, number 13. Top goal stopper in League One is the goalie, number 13, Thomas Chorley. Number 2 is Luke O'Neill. 4, Alex Lacey. 5 is Max Amer. 6 is Gabriel Zakuani. 8, Jake Hessenthaler. 12, Connor Ogilvie. 19, Ben Nugent. 21, Elliot List. 28, Sean Clare. 33, Mark Byrne. On the bench with Gills tonight, 26, Steve Arnold. 14, Josh Parker. 20, Darren Oldacre. 23, Aaron Simpson. 24, Greg Cundall. 27, Liam Nash. And 29, Jesse Starkey.
15 minutes gone. What you made of the start?
Okay, lack of quality on both sides. There's nothing.
Yeah, they've not started, have they? They don't look like they're in the top 5 or 6. We look like a team that's got no centre forwards.
For some reason, we're still landing balls up, so a little bit of this.
Yeah, we've said that about Ben Nugent. That seems that's all he's got, and that's all right if we've got Tom Eames or Connor Wilkinson up there. But when it's just Sean Clare and Elliot List, you need to maybe change it up a little bit.
There's nothing in the game because
Luke O'Neill's going off injured, so we're just waiting to see who's going to come on. I hope it might be a striker. So it looks like Josh Parker. It is Josh Parker, sorry. So what do we think? List to wing back?
I don't know. Basically, go trade and List up top. You go 2 up top. And List has instantly come back.
So it's either Parker the wing back or List drops in and Parker goes up top with Sean Clare, which I don't mind. It might give us a little bit more attacking impetus, so we shall see what happens. Half time here at the Priestfield, it's 0-0. Stopping, what do you make of that?
Very poor, very tedious, very boring. Nothing to get the crowd going. Crowd flat.
What crowd?
Yeah, what crowd? Yeah. So
how many do you think there are in here tonight?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I started off the game sitting in the Gordon Road and looking over into the rain, and you can just see empty seats everywhere. It looks so empty over here. No atmosphere.
I'd say 3.5, if that, to be honest.
It's like we said, it's like a checker trade trophy game.
That's what it feels like you said, you can hear managers' instructions,
yeah.
You can hear players shouting on what they're saying, which shouldn't be happening, but
it's not been a great game. Both sides have been quite poor and all on the
I'm surprised with Scunthorpe. I don't think they look all that at all.
No, I expected more from them. I think they'd get a bit more joy in the second half down the left. I think Ogilvie, any kind of pace against him, he seems to struggle. Yeah,
the lad they've got out there looks pretty quick, don't they? But I think in a way, the weird thing is that Luke O'Neill going off, I think might have helped us, because now we've actually got a striker on the pitch, and in terms of, we've gone 4-3-3, and they've not been too bad, the front three, have they? Claire's tried to get on the ball and make things happen.
I mean, the best player for me has been List. He's the one looking to get him behind their back line and take people on when he's had the chance. But our possession in general has been poor. We've released the ball, incorrectly. We're giving it away too easily, and we're not stringing anything together, in my opinion. Yeah,
Nugent's the one, unfortunately. We've said earlier on, I think I spoke to Boz, and he's very much like an old school centre half, and he just gets it and he lumps it, which is fine if you've got Tom Eames or Connor Wilkins stuff front, but when you've got 2 lads that want to run in behind and get it to feet, it's not going to work. So, but I suppose the main thing is we haven't conceded. We're shooting at the rain in the second half, and 0-0 at half time.
Let's hear it for the Gills!
Minutes left and we just made our last change. What did you boys make of Elliot Lee's performance tonight?
It was very good tonight. I think he's unlucky to be taken off. Maybe it's just a lack of game time.
I'd say it probably is because he's done nothing wrong at all. Yeah.
Quite physical with him, but he's got up every time.
Yeah, and he's trying to get on the outside and get up players. Yeah, so it looks like now Nash and Parker. And we've gone 4-4-2. It looks like with Byrne as a right-handed midfielder. It looks like I think. Byrne, Amar, Hess, Starkey. Two up top, it's all going off with the referee and the keeper here as well. Yeah,
sorry, back to List, as we said before you started filming, we could have put him out wide and taken off one of the central midfielders.
Could have done, yeah.
Amar or Byrne.
Or Hess, yeah. So, but like you said, I don't think it's anything to do with display. I think it's to do with he's only played twice this season, one in the Checker Trade and one in the friendly last week. So 20 minutes left and we're still in this, well in it. Back in the car, the game's finished 0-0 in terms of a spectacle.
It wasn't a classic.
It wasn't one. It was poor, wasn't it? It was really, really poor. It was two sides.
I was taking a point beforehand, but it was.
Yeah, we both predicted defeats, but I don't think we expected Scunthorpe to be that bang average.
No.
I mean, no disrespect to us, we're where we are for a reason, but Scunthorpe will come into this game in the top 5, and you think with the attacking talents that they've got, the likes of the names that we mentioned, Madden and Hopper and Morris, and they got Bantam.
Holy only had 2 saves to make, didn't he?
Yeah, he's made 2 with his feet, and you'd expect him to make both of them at his near post. You'd be very disappointed if he got beat by either. Gills, I can't remember making a save.
But it's that one that was straight at him when Hessenthaler volleyed one.
Oh yeah, we had a couple charged down, a couple of times we got to the byline, but
it's a couple of little half chances with like Nash and Parker getting in and then giving it away. But
yeah, either the wrong option or just running the ball out of play. And
yeah, there was one. Second half, I think Byrne got near the byline and I was screaming at Stocky, give it to this, he was unmarked and Byrne hit it against the defender and out for a corner.
Oh, and it was List had one first. I think where Hesse stood it up to the far post and the defender got back and just headed it clear. We just spoke to a friend of the channel, Dave Miller, True Blue Jock, after the game, and he said that we should have scored first minute when List got away. Apparently Claire got a toe end on it, but not quite enough, otherwise it was going in. So that could have made a massive difference, couldn't it? But in terms of a point's not a bad result against the side that was in the
Claire,
playoffs.
I mean, that looks like an injury, don't it?
And O'Neill, and we also said Hesse pulled up at the end, was holding his groin. So we are down to, well, we might not be able to fill the bench Saturday. Because if you add to that Garmston, Wagstaff, Morris, Bingham, we get Martin Wilkinson, he's still down, so hopefully you can get him back. Martin, but Eves is suspended now for another 3 after tonight, so we're going to be down to real bare bones at the weekend, it looks like.
It wasn't, we battled, didn't we, I think? They were quite a physical side.
In terms of a technical game, it was awful from both sides, but in terms of effort and application and us playing for the shirt and going to the final whistle, I thought it was a decent effort against what on paper was meant to be a decent outfit. So it's a start for Peter Taylor. We don't know how long he's going to be involved for. We've heard something tonight, a name has been mentioned until maybe the end of the season, but we don't know how true it is yet. It's not confirmed that Martin Allen may be coming in till the end of the season. For those that don't want to go back to ex-managers, it's probably not the greatest choice, but
the biggest thing for me is if he does come back, we don't know how true it is.
No, it's
just
conjecture at the moment.
That gives the fans a big lift straight away, and then the place.
We know what we get with Martin Allen.
You might get a few more fans back through the doors.
He'll get people working hard and busting their asses and that, and going to the final whistle. But again, tonight, I don't think it was a poor performance in terms of all those things. Technically, we know we haven't got a very good squad, unfortunately. There's no disrespect to the players in the squad. We're very limited in terms of creativity, and we've said that since the summer, but there's something to work with. It's a clean sheet. We've equalled the amount of clean sheets that we kept last season. If you're looking for a silver lining, it's a very small silver lining at the moment, but we can only take it one game at a time, can't we? I mean, the next four are horrendously hard on paper. We said that yesterday in our Monday review. We go to Ewood Park at the weekend, and then the following Sunday we host Portsmouth, massive club. And then the two after that, is it Wigan and Peterborough? So they're both. Peterborough got beat tonight, which is a weird one. Or they were 3-2 down at Oldham with a minute or so to go, which is a really odd one for them. Oldham don't score. Peter have been scoring loads, so but we can only take it one game at a time, and we'll see what we get left with on Saturday in terms of players available. But we take it and move on. We both predicted defeat, so in terms of that, it's a bonus. It's an extra point, really. So
I don't think anyone was outstanding. There was a couple of half decent performances, and I mean, I said to you earlier in the game, List got bullied all the while he was on the pitch, but he got up, he didn't roll around, didn't cry about it.
Behind you.
He looked quite lively for someone that hasn't played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, we said when we come off, it's in the match day, well, it's in this that you'll be watching tomorrow, that we're now talking about now, but haven't recorded, uploaded. That makes sense. I don't think he come off because of a performance-related issue. It's just he's not played enough football matches. That might be why Hesse's pulled up as well. Let's hope it's nothing serious. But
Starkey came on, looked okay, I thought.
Yeah, we thought he'd done okay. He looked. I mean, he's come in as I've said to you during the game. I said I can't remember a Gillingham signing in recent years where I don't know anything about him at all. He played an hour for Swindon last year. Apart from that, not a clue. So I'm quite the anorak. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but yeah. And you are as well, lower league. And
I like to think I know a bit about it.
We're sort of relying on Football Manager stats, which that's the level of knowledge of him. So, but he'd done all right. He worked hard enough again, but that's what Adi Pennock signed. And this is Adi Pennock's squad. Peter Taylor's got to work with what he's been given, and we can't do anything more than that. And I'm going to keep repeating myself, but for application and all that tonight, there was nothing wrong with it. So we take the point, we go to Ewood Park on Saturday. I think anything there would be a bonus as well. Again, that's no disrespect to us, it's just that it's going to be very, very difficult, even with our full strength side. And I don't think we're going to be anywhere near that. So anyway, until next time, enjoy the point, enjoy the clean sheet, and up the Gills.